If you're planning to start your study visa route process, this video is for you. Hi there, my name is Obereli and I'm a digital marketing professional and I'm currently an international student in Aberdeen, Scotland. I am studying Masters in Digital Marketing. Yeah, so that's about me and this channel will be providing you with information about your study visa route and living experiences in Scotland, Aberdeen, and the United Kingdom. If you're coming here for the first time, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Be nice enough to leave a comment if this video appeals to you. If you have anybody who needs this information, please be kind enough to share this information with them. So let's just jump right in, okay? So I'll be talking today about it's just a candid suggestion for anybody who needs this information because I had the same experience. So I'm talking to you from my personal experience, and yeah, because I don't want you all to have the same setback when you start your process. So in 2020, when I started my application process, the first time I ventured into applying for a study visa was in 2020, and then of course, from all findings and from research, there's a particular course that is really in high demand, which was nursing, and I was tempted to apply for nursing. And yeah, so because I have a family member in United Kingdom who was also providing this information to me, I was keen about applying for nursing and to change my career course because of the relevance it has to offer. And yes, it was actually in high demand and it was not out of place to try to apply for a nursing degree. So what I did was I applied for nursing, but then I was still expecting my transcript from my university, and I applied to just one university, and then I applied through UCAS. So as at that time, the school I applied to requested I go through UCAS, and I paid an amount of money. So they requested for like £20, and I had to ask my family member to help me pay that fee. So she did. I gained access. Then I was able to apply through UCAS. So UCAS is the university body that organizes that gets application for universities through their website. Yeah. So I did the application and then I was subjected to writing interview. Um, I had this. I had I had to write like a simple exam, which was sent to me via email. I wrote the exam. I did very well. That I did the interview, which was fair. But the problem they had with me, they were waiting for one of my documents. So I keep telling people that if you don't get your transcript, it might be very difficult for you to scale through. So say I had about three limitations that didn't work very well for me and it wasted my time. So the purpose of this video is to guide you against those things that I did wrongly, and I don't want you to go through this process. So one of the limitations I had was that I didn't have my transcripts. The school kept sending me mails requesting for my transcript. I am coming from a background that is far from nursing, that's not even medical inclined. I was coming from a sales marketing background, and they were like, if I have to give you this admission, why should I give you? We need to see your transcript. So your transcript just tells them of how good I am and how I will be able to adapt in a transition, changing from one field to another. They wanted to see that paper so they could assess my intellect or my IQ. I think it was actually necessary for them to see, to just cite it, then decide on what to do. I couldn't provide it because my school could not get it across. And they were on strike that period. ASU was on strike. ASU is the university body in Nigeria. They were on strike and activities in school was low. So I couldn't have access to my transcripts. It was devastating. I applied for over 8 months and it didn't come through. So the period of waiting for my transcript and for them to take a decision on my application was not fruitful. So they declined. They declined my application. Yes, it wasn't their fault. They gave me reasons why they declined. They didn't see my transcript, and they felt because I was coming from a marketing background, I might not be able to scale to succeed in a nursing field. Even though I was applying for nursing for a first degree again, like just to start over again. But then it didn't sit right with them, and it was a good reason for them to just say no. I was devastated. And that singular experience taught me a lot of things. The second limitation I had was that I applied to just one university. I don't want you to make the same mistake. If you're going to be applying for a study abroad, like a course, a university, for universities, I advise that you apply I'll suggest you apply to a minimum of 10 and maximum of any amount, any number you want to apply to. If I'd applied to another school with my core course, I probably would have left Nigeria in 2020. A friend of mine who we started the process together applied he did almost the same thing as I did. He did a medical application, then he did his field. So he got admission into his field. So he applied to like three schools or two schools. So he gained admission to the one that he applied with his original course. So he left. He left me behind, but he was very supportive through the process. And through the period I was devastated, he was actually very supportive and promised that any information he gets when he gets to the UK, he would feed me with them, and which he did. Yes, it was so helpful during my next application process. So the thing is, I applied to just one university. Now, it is stressful, I promise you, to do application to several schools. But if you have your documents all ready in one place, the schools actually request for almost the same documents. So what you want to do is to just create a folder in your laptop, in your computer, or even in your phone and have them ready. So when you're applying to a school, you already know what you're looking for. You just need to sit down, dedicate time, fill the application form, send to them, and send all the attaching documents from that folder. Yes, so it's just the same process of application from one school to another, except you're applying for different courses. You're applying for one course to different university. It's the same application process. They might just give you one or two. They might just request for one or two things, which I think you can afford. You can provide if you go through the documentation process. You just see that it's something. If University A requests for a white document, University B will also request for a white document. So just have all of them ready and be sending out applications. So my advice is apply to 10 schools. And if you're coming to United Kingdom, I'll advise also to spread your application to different locations. They have different regions. They have England, they have Northern Ireland, they have Scotland, that's where I am, and they have Wales. You can be kind to yourself to apply to schools in Wales, maybe two schools or three schools in Wales. Apply also to schools in Scotland. Apply to schools in Northern Ireland, and apply to schools in England. And yes, so these will give you enough opportunities to decide on which one you want to attend eventually. So, what was the third limitation I had? I think I had three limitations. I applied to one university and I applied without my transcript. And the third one was that I applied to a course that was not related to my field, my first degree. Yes, so I didn't have a science background and I wanted to study nursing. They didn't see any reason why they should give me the admission. And I think a lot of people have succeeded in applying for nursing degree, even though they were not from a science background. They don't have in their wife, they don't have chemistry, biology, whatever. Some have succeeded. I didn't succeed. So because I really wanted to leave and I also wanted to study what I'm studying currently, I advise that you apply to a course that is related to your first degree. Hmm? You just get an edge. They listen to you more when it's something related to your field. You get the admission without conversation, without back and forth, without you trying to defend the reason why you want to change your course. I had to defend the reason why I wanted to change my course. I went through a written interview. I had a Teams interview where two people asked me a series of questions, and my head was on fire. I was preparing for my interview like I had. Yes, it was what it. I prepared like for weeks before my interview date, and eventually they declined because I couldn't give them my transcript. They said I did very well, but I couldn't give them my transcript. My written interview was fantastic, and I couldn't give them my transcript. So those are the three things I did wrong. I applied to a course that was far from my first degree, and two, I applied without my university transcript, and three, I applied to just one university. Please do not do these things. If you want to stand an edge in 2023, if you're applying for the next intake or whenever you see this video, in whichever year, make sure you spread yourself and apply to various universities. Give yourself the opportunity to choose. You need to have options. So if you have applied to 10 universities and 8 comes back with you with an offer, You sit down, you settle down, and choose based on your criteria. Now, I'm going to be telling you the criteria I use to choose my university in another video. But for this video, I'm just going to tell you the limitations I faced in 2020 that did not give me the chance of coming to the UK. So, I hope this video was able to share the information. Share information around my vision and help you some sort. And if you did, please leave a comment below so we can interact and talk about it. And tell me if you're in the UK, what did you do wrong and and what did you learn? What lessons did you learn from it? And what advice would you give to incoming students? And yes, if you're here for the first time, my channel needs people to subscribe. Please encourage me by hitting the subscribe button and leaving a comment and liking this video. And yes, if you have somebody who needs to listen to this video, kindly share this information with them. They will be so grateful you did. Thank you so much for watching and staying to the end. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.